and welcome to another digital plan with me. I'm going to do things a little different this time. So here I'm opening GoodNotes. I'm going to go to my planner category and open my nice rose gold planner. And I'm going to take a screenshot of this week. Now, I'm going to then take that screenshot, open Keynote. One of my viewers suggested trying doing this in Keynote, so that's what we're going to do. I'm going to start a blank presentation. Now, I'm not real familiar with Keynote. This is all new to me. I don't know how to get just a blank one. It has these boxes. So then I just tap the outline of the box and delete them and have a blank page. Then on your left side, it shows your slides. If you go to the plus in the bottom, it has an insert blank. So I'm going to put 5 or 6 blank pages in there. The first one is where I'm going to put my planner page. And the other, I'm going to insert the sticker pages, which I've already taken screenshots of. So first, I'm going to go through and open everything. I will put a link to the free printable I'm using in the description below. It is December. I am so happy to be using Christmas and wintery types kits. I saw this one and thought it was adorable and had to have it. So this has 5 pages. I actually opened 4, and then I got to going and was looking for the headers and couldn't find them and realized that I'd forgot to open a page. So now I double tapped on this image and that opened my cropping tool. So I'm going to crop out all the background of my planner and all the menus. I want just the pages and rings, because I'm going to create my spread on top of this and then export it to GoodNotes. And it'll be like putting just one giant sticker down that has all my stuff on it. That way they're kind of locked in place. So I fiddled with that till I got it where I wanted it. And again, if you want to edit it after you tap away, double tap. Now you also have the option to lock this in place. That way when you're moving the stickers around on top of it, you don't accidentally move the page itself. So here it shows me doing that. And I'm looking at the stickers. We're going to start with the bottom washi, which is how I typically start most of my planner deals. So here I double tapped on the image I inserted on this blank page. And then I'm going to crop it down to where I want it. Now with this, you can zoom in to crop. As you see, I'm having a little bit of trying to get it where I want it here. So then you can zoom in to just get a really clean crop. I found doing it in Keynote, I do feel it was a quicker process than normal for me. There are some things I really liked doing it this way. And I also felt it was much easier to line up my stickers and keep them the same size and get much cleaner crops doing Keynote. So here's the washi. I've got it, I picked out the one I wanted. Now I'm going to tap it and copy. If I tap the left hand of my screen, it opens this menu to go between my pages. And here, in order to paste on this, you have to tap on the border around your planner page. You can't tap on the already locked down image and hit paste. So here, that turned out to be just dang near perfect. So, and then I tapped it and hit copy. Now, if I tap it again, I can then select paste. So then I don't have to move the page to the white area if I'm zoomed in. Here is showing one of the things I really liked about using Keynotes. I double tapped it and you can faintly see my planner page behind it. So doing that, it was really easy for me to crop it to the right length without having to guess as much as I do with GoodNotes. So there, my washi is in place. I felt it was just a little higher on that side, so I went to edit it. The perfectionist in me really liked keynotes. Sorry. Now again, I'm tapping to open the slides on the left. And here's where I'm looking through for headers. That's the original image. If I double tap it, I can open it back up to the full sheet. I didn't lose that sheet. So here's where I'm going to add another page and go and get the headers. I just thought I had opened all the pages and I hadn't. So it took me a minute to figure out which page was the one missing. I really like this kit. It came with traditional headers with several different words on them, and it also came with glitter headers. And y'all all know how I feel about glitter. Everyone needs a little glitter in their life. So here I'm cropping it down to do I was going to go with the today headers. Then I had this brilliant idea that there's glitter headers. So spent all that time looking for the headers only to realize I wanted to use glitter. Again, this is the first time I have done any of this in keynotes, so there might be quicker and shorter ways to do some of this, but this is how I figured it out. So here I am cropping it in to get my first glitter header. And then I will copy it, go to my planner page, and here you'll see I have to tap outside that page, which it's hard to do along the top. So I ended up doing it on the side. And there we had a little bit of technical difficulty. My cameraman hit the wrong button. For those that don't know, I do have 3 children, and they love to be involved, and my youngest son was my cameraman, and he hit the wrong button. Now, here is one of the features I absolutely love about doing it in keynotes. So here I have, these are the glitter headers. Now, I copied the first red one over, and then you didn't see me do the pink one. So now I tap and copy, and then tap and paste. Now, if I double tap, that opens the full image, and I can just slide that page around to get the next color I would like. So I don't actually have to recopy it. I just got to get it in the little window. And I really like that because it helps me keep it all the same size. Now here, as you see, I selected all 3 of those to copy and move. To do that, I put my finger on the red one, left it there, tapped the pink and green one, and then when I lifted my first finger, my little menu bar popped up to give me my options. And I selected copy, and then I tapped and paste and moved all 3 of them. So I didn't have to redo them. So there's the pretty glitter headers. I felt I got them much straighter. They were a much more uniformed size, which makes me happy. I try not to be a perfectionist, but it's just part of who I am. So now I'm going to do my full boxes. And again, I can do this much the same. I'm going to color block my rows. So I'm wanting to start with one of the red, or I'm going to start with the green because I know I want to use this one as my decoration sticker. And then I kind of want to alternate the more empty boxes with just the little pink one and the actual full decorative boxes. So I'm going to copy and paste this to my planner and get it in place. And then I'm going to tap and copy this sparkle sticker, tap and paste, and then you see I'm getting it kind of in position and sized. Now, once I do that, I double tap it, and then I can grab the image behind it that you see a faint of the other ones, and then I can just move that box. As here I'm putting the pink one, the red penguin, which is the first one I want to use here on Monday, and getting it in there, and then I tap done. And then I can tap and copy, tap and paste, and get it in position. See how much easier that was to line up? I just found it so much easier to get my stickers straight. Now, there are some centering and lineup tools built into keynotes, but I was kind of having an argument with them. I don't really know how to use them. Again, first time doing keynotes, I'm sure I can improve upon what I'm doing here once I get more familiar with it, but this was my first go. So as you see what I mean by I kind of alternate the boxes that have less decoration with the ones that have more, but still sticking to my color blocking. Then penguins are adorable. So I do the same thing across my planner. I copied and pasted copied that one, pasted it on the next day. I double tap and then move the image to get to the correct sticker, and it keeps it all the same size. Since I'm not adjusting my crop lines any, then they are all a uniformed size, which makes me happy. And I found it much quicker than doing each individual box. My typical planning style is closer to no white space, not complete no white space, but I don't like a lot of white space. I like a lot of decoration. I like it to look full and pretty. And lots of times I find when I'm having to crop individual ones, I don't do as many of the full boxes because it's kind of a pain to do. And I can't always get them the same size, and that irritates me. Doing it in Keynote was awesome for that. And then I still have these stickers saved as a sticker file in GoodNotes like I typically do. So if I need to grab a half box and throw it on there for an appointment or something like that, it is an option. I'm moving this into GoodNotes. I love using GoodNotes for the handwriting and the adding in and the daily editing, but I do like designing my week spread like I typically do. Um, I normally do it on Saturday evening so I can have this up for you on Sunday. But I sit down and lay out the basics of it. The stuff I know that's going to happen, the decoration, headers, washi, water tracker, things like that. I go ahead and get those in place. And then throughout the week, I add in as I go. Each night I sit down and add to my to-do list. Or like in the middle of last week on Monday or Tuesday, my husband was having a problem with his shoulder and asked me, hey, can you call and get me a doctor's appointment? Well, I called the doctor and they said, yeah, we have an appointment available Thursday. So I went ahead and put that in there. I like to be able to then grab, say, an appointment label or half box, put it in my planner, put it in there, and it looks like it was put in to match the rest of the spread, only I can do it as I go. So I will still continue to do that in GoodNotes. And here I decided because they weren't lining up right how I wanted the pictures, I changed the last color to a blue instead of the teal because the colors weren't right. And here I'm doing the same trick to copy all of my headers because I want another row of headers under the full boxes. So I touched the first redwood on Monday and held my finger there. I tapped the header for Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And then I lifted my finger off Monday and you'll see the copy bar appeared. And then when I pasted it, they were still spaced. It kept all of my spacing and sizing, so they're identical to the ones below it. Here, I'm not sure what I was doing there, to be honest with you. I was just moving stuff around. Chances are we have baby kittens. And I posted a picture in the Facebook group. When I was doing paper planning, my cats thought the minute my planner got out, it was time to lay on it. It was a cat bed. Well, I was sitting here doing this video, working on this, and I had four little kittens in my lap trying to help me plan. So that was interesting. But they're so cute, I couldn't make them go away. So here I went back to one of the sticker sheets. I'm going to crop it down to do the checklist. Um, those who know me know that I like to have my checklist for every day. Some days I need them more than others, but I like to have them so that I can remember things. Like when my husband told me at, 9 o'clock at night to make him a doctor's appointment, I wrote it on my next day's to-do list. That way I could keep up with it. I could remember that he asked me to do that the next day. So there I tapped copied. I'm going to go to my planner page. I'm going to tap and paste. I find that the scaling, it does keep the aspect ratio like GoodNotes, so you don't get distorted images, which I like, but I find it much easier to scale it to the right size in Keynotes. That's worked really well for me. So again, I tapped copy, tapped it and pasted. Now again, if you don't have something you've pasted on the page and your page is locked, then you have to tap out to the edge of your page. But if you already have a couple of your stickers in place, you can tap one of your stickers and paste it and it'll put it right beside it, which is what I have done for what I'm doing for the check boxes. And then I double tap it and just slide the image around till I get the color I need to match. So here I am just going across my week, adding in my checklists. I really like how this week turned out. Um, it's a lot closer to the no white space that I typically do. And I really like how it looks. I like how it's functional. It has all of my stuff on it that I need, but it's still pretty to look at. I find when my planner is pretty to look at, I use it more and I want to use it more. I want to open it and look at it and look at the pretty, like penguins. I think penguins are adorable. So, it makes my planner enjoyable. It's functional, keeps me on task, reminds me when I have appointments, but it also makes it fun. I know I've mentioned in a few videos that my mom was coming to visit, and I know everyone could tell I was excited about that. The best news I have to offer in this video is my mom has actually moved home. So, and in saying that, she had watched my videos. She was supportive and watched my videos, but I have got her into digital planning. She has an iPad. She uses an iPad Air, and she talked to Tam, the one who makes the Serious Simple Planners and did customs. She got her a purple custom planner. And I tried getting my mom into paper planning. And I took my A5 purple domino Filofax, made her custom inserts and dividers, and set it all up for her. And it sat beside her chair on her end table and collected dust. But she has got her a digital planner now. She has it on her iPad. And I've been going through helping her, kind of teaching her to use it, but she's really keeping up with it and she's really enjoying it, which is awesome. So I get to share something I love and see her enjoy it too. Now, here I decided my color blocking was out of order. So I decided to arrange them. I used the same tapping trick, tapped and hold on the first sticker, tapped all the ones below, and then I chose cut instead of copy. And then I did the same, hold and tap hold the first one, tap the next ones and to select them, and then moved the reindeer over, then tapped on the edge because if you have multiple stickers selected, you have to use the edge. You can't tap a sticker and paste. Pasted it and then moved the penguin. So now my color blocking's in the right order. Because I typically do the odd color or the one I'm only going to have one color of on Thursday because it's the middle. At least in my mind. This may not make sense to some of y'all, but I'm a little different. So this is how my brain works and it looks visually pleasing to me. But now that I'm watching this video, I'm noticing that them two penguins on the end on Saturday and Sunday, one of those should have been a full box. So I may have to go fix me a penguin. But it still looks cute. I did the same tap on Monday, tap and hold on Monday, then just single tap on the rest of the days to highlight my headers again, copied them and moved them below. So now I have makes the headers, especially since I used all glitter headers here, much easier. So now I'm kind of looking to see what else I want to add. I know I want to do some little things. I have some TV shows coming up, a few appointments this week. So here I'm getting it cropped down to my first red little thing. There is also at the top an undo button, like I accidentally spun my reindeer around. I'm not sure what I was doing. Trying to make him dizzy, I guess. And I didn't want to do that, so the easiest thing to do was tap the undo and it put him back right side up. So here I got the TV little thing in place and then adjusted the size, tapped it, copied it, tapped, and paste. So here I am on Tuesday. After I get it in place, I double tapped on it and that opened my menu and I moved it because I wanted a pink little thing, not a red little thing. And I have 2 TV shows on Tuesday. And then I'm doing the same thing for Wednesday. And again, I mean, this isn't a break week for my kids. We do have a late start day this week. And I also, I know most of y'all have noticed when I go to start a week, I have some things put in place on that week, just little reminders for myself. Before I started the video, I did move those over to a blank notebook in GoodNotes so I could go back to them and refer when I needed to. So here I added a pink. I chose the arrow. They didn't have a whole lot of little things. But my son has an after school activity that day. And I always put that down. Mostly so I know the weeks that it gets canceled. And then on break weeks, sometimes they change the time of it. It's typically the same day, but they may do different hours. So here I was referring to the first spread I tried doing in keynotes. I did it kind of without filming to kind of fill out keynotes and learn how to use it. And then here's the one I made some changes and kind of learned where things were. There I am turning the reindeer around again. Use my undo button. So that way I could kind of remember what all I had going on. There I copied and pasted the arrow and then changed it by double tapping. I chose one of the other little things. I got one of the asterisks. My children have a doctor's appointment that day. So I want to make sure I remember that. And then I go on to Wednesday. And again, it's pink, so I double tap it. And then I can move the image around to find the green TV icon. Or no, blue. This one's blue, not green. It's blue. Um, but my son has after school on this day, and I don't have any TV shows on Wednesday. So then I copied that, tapped and paste. I do have TV shows on Wednesday. Yes, my son has an after school appointment, and then I can't remember what I'm doing on Wednesday now. I'm gonna have to go look now that I'm done. So I think I mixed up my days. Because I'm pretty sure Chicago Fire comes on Wednesdays. But, anyways, on to Thursday. I know I have 2 shows on Thursday. See, this is where if I want to, I could easily open up my planner and go put in the blue little thing just in GoodNotes. There's no need for me to redo this whole thing in Keynotes to add a little thing TV icon that I missed. I should make myself a list before I do these of everything I have going on. That might be helpful. But here I am. I know I have 2 appointments on Thursday and 2 TV shows. So I'm going to use the asterisks for those appointments. Again, tap and copy, tap and paste. That way I keep them the same size. And then I don't really have anything on Thursdays and Fridays, but I do on Sunday. I know I have 2 TV shows on Sunday. So I'm getting those in place. And then we'll see what other stickers I want to add in. So here I'm looking, Friday is payday for us. And I like to have a list on paydays of what bills I need to pay. So here I'm just kind of looking to see what all stickers are there. This one has these 3 half checklists, and I choose one of those for payday. so I can list the bills we need to pay or errands we need to run. I like how she included a couple of varieties of checklists. So then I copied that and I pasted there on Friday. Then I was trying to look and see if she had like a payday header, or the only thing she had was a payday flag. So I ended up moving that checklist around a little bit and then going and getting the payday flag to do that and to mark that it's payday. And then I know those are the bills because those are a separate to do list for me typically. So now I've got a little payday flag and then a little checklist to mark bills I need to pay. And then I want to do the weekend banner. And here's where another neat trick I learned in keynotes is I'm going to select the weekend banner, but see how it has the cute little Santa hat there? I want behind it to be clear. So if you go up to the top, make sure your sticker is selected, go up to Instant Alpha, and then you put your finger on the white top and drag it a little bit. It'll turn that like a aqua color. And once you have the white you want gone, if you click done at the bottom, it makes behind that sticker transparent. And actually, it makes the whole page transparent. You know how I double tap and it then shows the whole page again? It did that transparency to the whole page. But it got it to the little weekend banner so I could put it up there on my header and I don't have the blockiness of the white. Makes it a little easier. So now I'm going to go and do the date covers. So here I'm going to do the date covers, and I noticed that some of the dates stick up behind from my original page, stick up behind the date covers, so I will show you how I fix that as well. How these look, they look like they are meant to be one solid strip. So that's how I treated them. So I'm going to paste it and size it to fit, which if you look, it was really close to the right size. And then I did something crazy. So, but now if you notice the 5, 6, and 7 is sticking up behind them. And of course, that's not the look I'm going for. Another good thing about using keynotes is you can send stuff to back and forward. So here I did a plus and I added just a shape. Then I tapped the shape and did the paintbrush, and there's options here. I went to the fill option and just filled it with white to match the back of my planner. And then if I turned off the shadowing and everything, because I just wanted a big white square. So see how that, and then I move it to make sure it covers the dates. And then if you do the paintbrush and arrange, you'll see you can move it front or back. And I put it behind the date covers. So now you can't even tell there was something there. And then when I move it over to GoodNotes, it'll be one solid image, so I won't have to worry about accidentally selecting that. So there I pasted that same box and just made it a little longer to cover the extra day I had there, go to my original sticker, double tap, and adjust my cropping to have all 4 days, and then copy and paste it, and then I have all of my date covers. So now I want to add the actual dates. So here I'm going to crop it down to the date portion. You know, mentally I'm keeping in mind that it's the 5th is Monday. So then I'm going to use the paintbrush and the Instant Alpha again and just lightly drag it on the white part and then click done, and it makes all the white space around the numbers go away. So here I'm working a little bit with alpha because if you do too much, it'll start to take away some of your lighter colors. So I didn't want that. And again, first time I've used keynotes, so I was kind of figuring it out. So now I'm going to take those and adjust it so that I have just the 5th as my date. And then I will paste that on my planner and move, and then, do the same thing I've done pretty much for all the stickers. Use it to copy and paste and fix the dates. So there's the 5th in place. Again, tap and copy, tap and paste, and then double tap the 5, and then I can move the original sheet over so that the 6 is the one selected. And then do the same thing for the 7th. Again, I really like the colors of this kit. It's Christmassy, but not strictly Christmassy. You have your snowman, your penguins. I am so ready for winter. So there's the 7th in place. Tap and copy, tap and paste, and then I can put the 8 in place. And then so forth. And then here I'm struggling a little bit trying to. I learned that when you have the clear background, make sure when you're trying to move that sticker sheet around after you double tap that you grab something that's not clear. I think that's why I struggled with the 8 so much there. So again, learning process. I'll get better with it. Now I've got the 9th. We're almost there. I know some of the videos I'll go in and kind of speed up. This one I didn't want to because this is new to me. And anyone who's kind of maybe trying to use keynotes for the first time or do something like this for it for the first time, I want you to be able to follow along. So now I've got Saturday in place and we're getting Sunday in place. I like the original font and everything that came on my planner, but I also kind of like the decorative date covers too. It really kind of pulls the spread together, in my opinion. So, and just because I did edit this a bit to take out a few of my mistakes, after I got done, before I did the date covers, I went ahead and started the process of putting it into GoodNotes because you export it as a PDF and then open it in GoodNotes. I did all of that and realized I forgot the date covers. So I came back to Keynotes where it was still saved, put on the date covers. And then I'm not kidding, people, I did it again. I exported it after I did the dates before I did my sidebar. Got it over to GoodNotes, was getting it in place, and was like, you know what? I forgot to do the sidebar. So I had to come back to Keynote, do my sidebar. So I edited that part out because y'all don't want to see me put it in place three separate times just to delete it, two of them, because I forgot to finish my spread. In my defense, I had taken some medication that day too, and so my brain was a little fuzzy. So now I'm going to work on the sidebar that I forgot to do. I already have my one decorative sticker that I did when I was doing the full boxes. So I just kind of wanted to make sure I didn't have the same colors together. I kind of wanted to spread out the color, and I wanted them to be fairly close in size, which again with keynotes, I found it very easy to get them a lot closer to the same size. So that has been great. So now I copied and pasted it, double tapped, and then I can select work hours to put my husband's schedule in. I'm happy to report he did survive his 10 days straight. I almost thought we were going to have to, go through another wedding and stuff because after 10 days of not seeing him, I almost thought I was a single woman again. Um, but he's back, and then he is going to have extra time off come Christmas, so that's good. But I'm going to do the menu because my family always wants dinner. I'm going to do the work hours. So I have my husband's schedule and then hydrate. I'm not going to lie, this week I have totally sucked at drinking enough water. So hopefully this next week I can get that. Now here's where we're going to export it. If you go to the top, there's three dots and you go to send a copy, and I sent it as a PDF. Now, once I did that, I chose to import it to GoodNote, create a new document, and then I put it in my stickers. As you can see, there's my two failed attempts there. So now I'm in GoodNotes. I'm going to use my lasso to circle my sticker just like I do all other ones. And take a screenshot, use the up arrow, copy it, go to my planner, and paste. Then I'm going to tap it and crop it down because there was a little bit of that extra white border where I was working in Keynotes. So I'm going to crop it down so it is just the page. Now, I did have someone ask, I have upgraded to the iPad Pro and I do have the Apple Pencil. Most all of this was done with just my finger. I use the Apple Pencil for little stickers where I have bigger hands where my fat finger is in my way and I can't see what I'm doing. I'll use the Apple Pencil, and then for writing. So here I've adjusted the size and I'm lining it up, and you can't even tell that it's an overlay basically. So I'm selecting my pen color. I'm going to use the zoom box, and for this part I am using the Apple Pencil. But like I said, up until now, I'm going to say 95% of it was done with my finger. So here I'm going to start writing in a couple to-dos that I know I have. and I realized that I had the thick pen selected, so I wanted a little bit of a finer point. But yes, for this part, I'm using the Apple Pencil. It is great for handwriting. And I've also imported, I do beadwork, and I am beading on my Apple Pencil, which if you're in the Facebook group, hopefully there's going to be pictures of that going up soon. And on my Instagram as well, I'll post a picture there. But I use PDF patterns. I design the patterns myself with software I have and then export them as PDFs. But I typically mark on my pattern as I go. And I had the brilliant idea to put it into GoodNotes. And then I can just use my iPad and mark on it there instead of having a piece of paper. It is working very well, except for the fact I'm beading on my Apple Pencil, which would be the best thing to mark on my pattern with. So if I was doing a different beading project, it'd be great. So it's working out, but here I haven't actually menu planned this week. That's part of, at the time I filmed this, I haven't. I need to do that. I'm putting in my husband's work schedule. It's his normal schedule this week. Gonna put my TV shows in. Big Bang Theory. And here I didn't put this time for my son's appointment because I cannot remember what it is. It's on my that appointment was scheduled probably 2 months ago. And so it's just on the calendar in my phone. Um and probably in my old planner actually. I think I put it on there as well. So, but then I put his after school, of course, American Housewife, still loving that show. But things that are scheduled real far in advance like that, I typically put just on my phone calendar. And then when I'm doing my planner, I always check it. And that's also where my husband puts anything. If he's scheduled an appointment or his work schedule has a change, he'll put it in there so I have it as well. Um, so here I'm just kind of, there I realized I wanted to use the asterisk for the late start day and use the arrow for the appointment. My son's school does once a month on Wednesdays, they start school late. And I always have to write that down, or I will send them to the bus at the same time as always. And it's a little chilly for them to stand out there for 2 hours now. So here I'm writing in the appointments I have on Thursday. I need to drop some stuff off for that. And then I have a couple TV shows. I know I have to pay that bill. And then I have the two TV shows on Saturday or Sunday, I'm sorry. So this is pretty much how it looks like. I do like that everything's one big background. It was very easy to write on. Selecting things is a lot easier. I did like working in keynotes. I hope this has been helpful. And if you have any questions, please let me know either here or our Facebook group. And I hope y'all have a wonderful week.